What's going on, everyone? So, I often get the question of, how do I combine intermittent fasting and working out together? They're both super effective fat loss strategies, but really, how do we combine them hand in hand in order to get the most bang for our buck? In today's video, I'm going to explain two different strategies on how you can actually incorporate intermittent fasting and working out into your schedule. Each schedule is going to be based on a different type of person. A person who likes to enjoy themselves at night, and a person who likes to enjoy themselves in the morning. So be sure to keep watching. So strategy number one focuses on getting everything done in the morning. This person really doesn't need to eat at night, nor do they have any type of commitments they have to eat in the evening. So all of this, the schedule is basically on a person who wants to get all their stuff done in the morning. So in the beginning, in the morning, we're going to eat at 6 a.m. We're going to have our breakfast. Okay, so just normal, simple breakfast. A few good options are just like a meat and then some type of nuts, meat and vegetables. This breakfast, you really want to keep it more meat and vegetables dominated instead of carbohydrates, just to help boost dopamine and acetylcholine to help your workout. And then around 7 a.m., you're going to actually have your resistance training workout. So depending on what time you wake up, these can move up to 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. if you get to work a little bit earlier, but we're going for 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And then, in order to start your fast, you're going to have your last meal at 2 p.m., which is going to begin our fast, and we're going to fast for 16 hours. So this fast is going to be from 2 p.m. all the way to 6 a.m. Now this is one of the more effective ways in order to lose fat quicker, primarily because we're playing into more of our natural circadian rhythm. So if we do it this way, you will lose fat a little bit faster than the way we're going to show you in strategy number 2. But as you can see, if you have commitments, or if you're a normal person, you have dinner plans, or you want to eat with your family, this has your last meal at 2 p.m., which may not be the best for a lifestyle result, but I will say this does give you a better fat loss effect. So the second strategy is more for a person who actually likes to enjoy their meals later on in the day. Your fat loss results won't be as good as strategy number 1, but this is a lot more practical for a lot more people. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our first meal at 12 p.m. So your first meal is going to be at 12 p.m. It's going to be your lunch. Again, focus it more on proteins and veggies on this meal. Save your carbs for later in the day. Now, after work, you're going to have your workout around 6 p.m. Some people it could be 7 p.m. or so, depending on when you get out of work, but 6 p.m. in this case. And then we're going to have our last meal at 8 p.m. So this is where you're going to start your fast. You're going to fast for 16 hours. So it's going to be from 8 p.m. all the way to 12 p.m. And this is kind of how you set up this type of intermittent fasting schedule. And like I mentioned, this is more for a person who has dinner plans or arrangements at nights, who wants to eat dinner with her family, doesn't get to see them much. It's also good for a person who really just kind of isn't hungry in the morning. I know a lot of clients of mine who say they don't really want breakfast because, one, they're not hungry. But I will say, like I said, this doesn't give you as good as fat loss results, but it's more practical. So one thing you guys may have noticed is that both of these strategies always had the workout somewhere in between the feeding periods. So in this case, we're eating at 12 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. And our workout is in between that. In the other case, we had our breakfast at 6 a.m., we had a workout at 7 a.m., and then we stopped eating at 2 p.m. Now some of you want this type of eating schedule where we have our first meal at 12 p.m. and we have our last meal at 8 p.m., but you want to have your workout in the morning because that's the best way you can get it in. Now there is a way to do that. It's called a faster workout. But I do warn you that if you don't do it properly, you will lose the muscle that you're trying to build during this workout. I'm going to explain how to actually do a faster workout a little bit later in this video, but I do want to stress that you should only use it if it's like your last means of resort, or if there's no other way to fit in your schedule. I really do want your workout to be somewhere within this feeding period, so you're not just using your muscle to fuel yourself for energy, and then you're actually going to use food and nutrition in order to fuel your workouts instead of breaking down your own body. But if you keep watching, the next part, I'm going to show you exactly how to do a fasted workout with some few simple supplementation. So now I'm going to talk to you about the fasted workout. Now, before I talk to you about this, I do stress that I don't really recommend this method. This method is kind of more for people who are, one, super serious about fat loss and have a good nutrition plan set up already, and two, if you really have no other options in terms of working out and fitting that into your schedule. So with the other windows, we're going to stick to that second strategy where we start our first meal at 12 p.m. and have our last meal at 8 p.m. And we're going to start our 16-hour fast. So the only time you actually have time to work out is in the morning. Well, when you're going to work out in the morning, you've been fasting already for about 10 hours or so. So your glycogen stores are pretty low, your blood sugar is low, and in order to fuel this workout, what would happen is your body would actually break down its own muscle to create sugar in order to actually fuel for it. But there's one way to do it to not make sure you don't break your fast and to actually make sure you properly fuel your workout, and that's something called essential amino acids, or EAAs. And that's one good way to actually fuel for your workout. So essential amino acids are just the building blocks of protein. So they're all the essential aminos. And what they do is they actually help flood your bloodstream with actually proteins. So your body doesn't break down its own protein because the bloodstream actually has enough floating around in it so that it can just grab those. And so with essential amino acids, depending on your weight, if you're male or female, I like to go from about 10 to about 20 grams. Now, with essential amino acids, you have to realize that 1 gram, let's write it up here, 1 gram is equal to a normal 2 grams of protein. So what does that mean? So say you have whey protein, which a lot of people take. If you have 1 gram of just essential aminos, that equals about 2 grams of whey protein, because essential aminos, they're in the smallest form of the protein, and they're so easily available and digestible that the body is able to uptake it a lot faster or easier, and that's why we don't have like too much of a runoff type of effect. So 1 gram will be way more effective, and so 1 gram equals about 2 grams. So when you kind of think about this, when I'm saying 10 to 20 grams, you might think that's pretty low, but really it's almost, if you're thinking about it in terms of whey protein or regular protein, this is about 20 to 40 grams. This 20 grams is more towards a person who's kind of looking for bigger muscle gains, and this 10 grams is more for a person who's just looking for more maintenance. Now, this is one way to do the fasted workout. You can do it the other way, where we had in the first strategy where you're working out in the morning, 6 a.m. and have your last meal at 2 p.m. And then you can do the workout later in the night at 6 p.m. Just make sure you still get these essential aminos, 10 to 20 grams, and you're all set. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right now. Thank you all so much for watching.